They said the room was sealed for a reason. I should have listened. The Bellmere Hotel was a crumbling relic from a forgotten era. Its ivy-choked walls, creaking staircases, and shuttered windows were more ghost than structure. With its late Victorian architecture and stories of unexplained disappearances, it was a hotel that time had passed by, and for good reason. The town avoided it. Locals muttered superstitions. It should have been a historian's treasure, but instead, it was slated for demolition. Before that happened, Will Mercer, a paranormal investigator and documentarian, got one final chance to stay inside. His podcast, Echoes of the Forgotten, had exploded in popularity for uncovering dark legends with an investigative edge. Bellmere was to be his grand finale. Will wasn't a skeptic. He believed in the unexplained, but belief didn't mean fear. Not yet. The legend centered on Room 13, a wing sealed off since 1954 after a violent incident. The story went that a guest named Michael Grayson had murdered 3 others and vanished without a trace. No one stayed in that part of the hotel since. Staff avoided the topic. The room wasn't listed on any official floor plan. Rumors spoke of screams, blood-soaked sheets, and a mirror that reflected more than your own face. Will checked in under the guise of filming a historical docuseries. After some digging and a discreet bribe to the janitor, he got the master key. Room 13 was at the end of a hallway that bent unnaturally, almost as if the architecture warped to hide it. The carpeting changed. The wallpaper faded from maroon to a dull, mold-flecked grey. The air turned colder the closer he got. The door was old, brass knob worn smooth, but not dusty, as if it had been opened more recently than anyone admitted. He stepped inside. Chapter 1. The room that waited. The air was wrong. Too still, too cold. The furnishings were dated but intact. A bed with crisp sheets, a clawfoot tub, and a dresser with a single mirror bolted to the wall. But the shadows didn't match his movements. The angles of the furniture seemed subtly off. Will unpacked. He set up night vision cameras, EMF detectors, and motion sensors. He ran preliminary EVP sessions. For hours, nothing. He almost called it a bust. Then the mirror flickered. Will turned to see himself, except his reflection was smiling. He wasn't. The chill crept deeper. That night, the footage captured whispers, faint, guttural, and unintelligible. The sensors activated without cause. The mirror recorded strange refractions, patterns of movement when no one was there. One frame showed Will sleeping. In the next, the reflection in the mirror had its eyes open, watching him. He awoke, with deep scratches down his back. He hadn't moved. The doors were locked. The windows were nailed shut. But the mirror gleamed, pristine. He checked the footage again. In it, his sleeping form sat up at 3:03 a.m. and stared directly into the camera. Chapter 2. The Lost Guests. The next morning, Will searched the room again. Tapping on the walls revealed a hollow space behind the mirror. After removing the bolts, he found a hidden closet. And inside, dozens of VHS tapes, neatly labeled with dates and names. He watched the first. A woman named Linda, 1991, calm, laughing. She recorded herself talking about a haunted honeymoon. Over the next hour, she grew quiet, distracted, then hysterical. The video ended with her standing before the mirror, face blank. Her reflection stepped forward. Linda did not. Tape after tape followed the same arc. Different people, different decades, same end. Will watched in horror. The final tape was labeled Tomorrow. He felt the walls closing in. He had to leave, but the door was gone. Chapter 3. The Loop. Will ran down the hall, but it changed. Walls extended endlessly. Windows vanished. When he turned, room 13 was behind him again. Time warped. His watch spun. The lights dimmed in unnatural ways. He tried to break the mirror. It cracked, not shattered. And, from the fractures, a black, ink-like liquid seeped. It smelled sweet and rotten. A hand reached through, pale, long-fingered. He fled again, but every path led back to the room. The tapes were missing. His gear fried. The walls whispered. He watches. He learns. He wrote in his journal, "This room doesn't haunt people. It replaces them." The mirror showed Will standing over a bed, holding a knife. He had no memory of it. Chapter 4. The Truth in Glass. On the third night, Will heard a knock, not at the door, but from inside the mirror. A voice called softly. His voice, but wrong. "Let me out." The reflection blinked. Will stayed awake as long as he could, but sleep claimed him. He woke, standing in front of the mirror. His eyes were bleeding. His reflection smiled. He screamed. It echoed, but not in the room, from within the mirror. He realized then, room 13 was never sealed to trap something inside. It was sealed to keep others out. The mirror needed new faces. It consumed identity, memory, and eventually, the body. He pressed record one final time. "I'm still here," he said. "Don't come looking. Don't open this door. And if you see a cracked mirror, leave, smash it, burn it, but don't look, never look." He turned the camera to face the mirror. Then he walked into it. Epilogue. The guest check-in. Bellmere was never demolished. The Historical Society intervened. It was restored and reopened as a boutique experience. Guests loved the charm, the old world feel. Room 13 was never listed, but some rooms, inexplicably, had cracked mirrors. Guests reported strange dreams, lost time, whispers in the night. Sometimes, when they looked closely, they saw someone else behind their reflection, and always, faintly etched in the corner of the glass. He watches. He learns.